Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now, it's real time.
Welcome back, everyone. I forgot, make sure you send an email to good friend Jason Hambley over there at Procure. Win yourself a Procure giveaway pack that they give away each week. Jarod Higginbotham and Hunter here in the studio. Hunter, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Jarod, good to see you, dude.
Always, man.
I know you spent plenty of time down in Buoy 10.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
We crushed it.
And things are migrating, right? They're coming upriver. You're coming upriver as well. Or actually, they came downriver.
We came
to
downriver.
beat it down here today. You got some plans, man. You're going to be covering some ground. You're going all over the place, which you guys do a lot. You put thousands and thousands of miles on that truck and trailer of yours.
Yeah, about 4,000 a month usually.
I love fishing.
Yeah.
And not that much. Good night, dude. And now you guys are going to be heading down south. Is that right?
Yeah, we are.
Where are you heading?
We're going to head down to the Rogue River. It's probably one of my favorite fisheries to go to. It's really fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, now listen, you get to travel all over, and you live in one of the most beautiful, some will argue this, but you live in some of the most beautiful country in the state of Washington, West Coast. I don't care.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right? Some of the best fishing.
Yeah.
But you say the Rogue is one of your favorite places.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Okay, well, why? Tell me why.
Well, you can go out and bottom fish. It's like a 2-minute drive in your boat and go bottom fish. Best bottom fishing we had. We've caught triples nonstop. We couldn't get them off our hooks.
Okay.
And then the salmon fishing is it's different. They're fun. Their fish are a lot bigger. They fight a lot harder.
Okay, yeah, I've been told that too.
Yeah. And then they have a sea lion patrol, which they take sea lion off of your gear. They throw bombs in the water and get the sea lions out of your area. It's cool.
It's cool, man.
What is wrong with people? Why can't we do that up here? We're crying out loud, dude.
I swear, I just want to hook a fish so the guy will come around us and start throwing bombs in the water.
Okay, now that's awesome.
It's
all right,
so
I get
cool.
It. I get it.
It's so cool.
Well, now, I say all that knowing that it's also one of the most beautiful parts of the world around here. Down there, great fishing, great opportunities. So it makes sense, you guys like to cover some ground. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just fun, man. It's just something different. You know what I mean? I've done the Buoy 10 thing since 1985. That's when I started fishing it with my dad. And so I've done that forever, and I love it. It's my favorite place to fish. But we just kind of started doing different stuff. And so, like I said, this next weekend we're going to fish with Big Dave in Tillamook. I'm going to drag him out in the big sled, and then the next day we're fishing with another buddy. We're going to fish some tidal water bobber fishing, and then we're literally driving straight down to there.
Okay, very good. You guys are going to cover ground. What do you do with all the fish then?
We eat most of them. All we eat is elk, deer, and fish, man. That's all we eat. That's our diet. Last year he shot 2 deer in Montana, 1 deer in Washington, and we both shot cow elk. So we had 3 deer and 2 elk we butchered, and we eat it all year long. And elk burgers on the boat, and elk steaks, and the whole deal. So
that's why we do it.
Yeah,
I get so much flack. I say that all the time. Man. It's the most perfect food in the world. Get the messages.
I burn diesel, bro. I need fuel.
I love it. I love it.
I'm hungry. So.
All right. So you got the buy 3 get 1 free deal that's coming up, and we know we've done these for years now.
They're great.
It covers a lot of ground. Folks are able to get a bunch of different gear, save a little bit of money. Obviously, go support Fisherman's Marine, our presenting sponsor here at GPS. So it's always a great thing, right? But it's very similar each year because we got the same fisheries that are coming up. Spin fish. Go ahead and throw up the slide for the buy 3 get 1 free deal. If out of all those that are on there, and you're covering everything from fall Chinook to, I guess what you would say, silvers, although those twitch and jigs work great on fall Chinook as well.
Yeah, for sure, man.
By the way, steelhead. Maybe, I won't say that too loud. But out of all those things, if somebody wanted to go do some fishing here in the next, just say, 2-3 weeks, what would they be gravitating to? What would you'd say, hey, focus on these products from that buy 3 get 1 free?
Well, I said I actually schedule all the buy 3 get 1 frees and the products that go on them, and I do that specific to season. And I try to get things that can apply to both a bait bank and a boat angler, right? So I don't just pigeonhole. So the guy's like, oh, all it is is trolling stuff, or all it is bank stuff, right? And so, we've got a lot of trolling stuff, but we also have the twitching jigs, which you can use from boat or the bank, right? Right. And twitching from the big sled in the big river is fun, man. I mean, like, all you gotta do is just find, like, even we do it at the mouth of the Click, we do it in mouth of Drano. You've done Big Dave was twitching last year out in Tillamook Bay. So it's just really where you apply it. I mean, you can do it anywhere. For sure. And you can cover a lot of water doing it. You know what I mean? It's fun. And I don't know, if you don't like twitching for salmon, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, absolutely. And we've been doing it for trout. Uncle Willie, Bill Herzog, he started doing it on the Yakima and taught us how to do it, and that is straight fire. That is so fun. Right. Yeah. It really is. It's like combat. I mean, really, you're twitching, and something tries to rip it out of your arm. It's not a bass, okay? I'm not going to say anything bad about bass. I'm just saying it's like bass fishing
for real fish, and it's certainly something to get in on. I do have to ask this question though, because I will get the same question. Where would you use it in these different places? Do you look? Say you're on the Columbia, all right, and we already have known, if you were unaware, twitching on the Columbia in a lot of different places for silvers, it's a thing, all right? It was kept under wraps for a while, but it's certainly a thing. Would you look for something specific or something that you might go, all right, let's try it here, twitching? What would you look for?
You know, I mean, it's a lot of those tributary style fisheries, right? Whether it's above them or below them, or maybe in, up in the tributary itself, and so. Mouths of rivers is kind of where I would target, above, below, right inside of them. Anywhere where those things start to come up, and you start to get those ledges. That's where I like to do it, is when there's you get those ledges, so you can kind of work your way and figure out where they're at, and then you can position your boat different once you start, if you're hitting them on a certain ledge, then you just position your boat and just work that entire ledge where they're sitting, right?
Okay, makes sense. So just likely zones might be below a mouth, river mouth, a tributary. Most of the time. And there's no question that there's plenty of them up and down the Columbia. It doesn't matter if you're down low, above Bonneville, and even higher. I mean, it's just certainly something to keep in mind, or at least something to try. And maybe just a great excuse to put more rods in the boat.
Oh, yeah.
And just give another opportunity, especially if the fishing's good in other areas. Okay, so we got to do a tech tip when we come back. We call it the Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week.
Perfect.
Right?
Yep.
And spinfish are obviously right at the top of the list for people when you're targeting pretty much any salmon species now. Behind a 360 in particular, and in some places not, right? Behind a Big Al's Fish Flash from Yakima Bait, or even naked, by the way, can work very, very well, especially the larger sizes. But I'm going to get a tech tip from you.
Oh,
I want to slant it towards catching silvers. Okay. Behind a 360. Yeah. Something that we can use on the Columbia. Obviously anything works in the ocean. I say that to guys that fish the ocean because it's easy. I'm teasing. No emails. I'm just kidding. But we're gonna slant it that way. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. You might even sneak his bait recipe from him too.
All right, pay attention. You know me, I'll ask the right questions. We'll see if we can get them to answer it. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to have Hunter and Jarod Higginbotham from Yakima Bait. We're going to help out. They're going to help out with our Chevy Silverado Tech Tip for the week. Don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive new Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.